Welcome back everybody to more from the Sableyes. We're here with part 2 of our how to build Zapdos Jirachi video with Jordan Palmer. How's it going, Jordan?
Pretty well.
That's good. We've got our list on the screen. This is the one that we built in our last video. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. If you like it, subscribe, etc. This time you'll notice that our Kartana is green because I have one now. So we can use it. But yeah, since we've got the deck and we're ready to go, let's just jump on a ladder and see what we can do. Obviously, when you first start testing the deck, it's probably not a bad idea just to jump on the ladder and let's give it a couple of games just to make sure that everything is working as it should, because you know you might miss out on a glaring mistake that you've made.
This is true, but it's also nice to just test against a couple different matchups and see if there's any new cards that you want to include or things that you're playing that you don't think you need as much as you thought you did originally.
Alright, well we've got an absolutely garbage terrible start, so let's see if we can get out of this.
Yep, we've got basically 5 switch cards in our hand.
Yep.
And Pokemon is Absol.
It's 6 switch cards if you include Tapu Koko as a switch card.
Yeah.
So.
And I was going to say, usually you can make the argument that this is a sign that maybe we're playing too many switch cards, but we just happen to draw like majority of them.
Yeah, I think there's only, what, maybe 3 more genuine switch cards and then a couple of escape boards. So, like, seriously, we couldn't have drawn more if we'd tried.
Yep, would have been pretty tough. I wonder if we're going to be able to top deck one.
Well, it means now that our top deck needs to be Nest Ball or Jirachi if we want anything to happen, because no other cards can get us out of this game.
Well, what are the actual odds? There's Nest Ball, Jirachi, Ultra Ball, Cynthia. Lily's probably not too good, but Cynthia wouldn't be the worst thing. Volkner could also be salvageable, so there's actually quite a high percentage of cards we can draw that'll get us out of this, but there's also a high percentage of cards that won't get us out of this.
Yeah, so let's just draw one of those now. Oh, it's a Nest Ball! Okay, we're doing things.
Seems fine.
We can play the game.
Like we're versing Turtonator Naganador, which is kind of the new version of Blacephalon Naganador, just a non-EX version.
Yeah, so good things to note. We've got our 1/1 Blitzel line in there. All of our attacking options are there. Tapu Koko Prism's there. We're actually looking pretty good for Pokemon, which means that somewhere else is going to be a problem. We're missing Beast Energy.
Main thing I noticed missing is the 2 Electro Powers I think I saw prized. And considering Turtonator has 110 HP, that seems like a pretty important card.
It does. It might mean that we need to fumble around a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to play down this Jirachi, and we've got plenty of switch cards to get into it, so let's have a bit of a Stellar Wish and see what we can do.
Another cool thing is that Ultra Space is in play, so we can potentially find one of our Ultra Beasts when we need to, as long as our Stadium stays in play.
That's true. Now we can have one of 2 options here, Volkner or Cynthia. I feel like Volkner is the best way to get an attacker, but do we just want to shuffle these things away?
Because we can get Zapdos and the Lightning Energy, and we're actually holding the Escape Rope to knock out that Poipole on the bench.
Yeah, that's a really, really strong play. So we're going to do that. I'm going to Volkner, grabbing a Nest Ball and an Electric Lightning Energy. Let's grab those. The Nest Ball turns into a Zapdos. And
it's weird that we were just talking about how bad this opening hand was, but that one card that fixed the hand a bunch, and now all these cards that we were complaining about are actually pretty useful.
Yeah, and surprise, surprise, we take our first knockout. Going second, Zapdos does that very, very frequently, and we get ourselves a Nest Ball off of the prizes as well. So if this Zapdos goes down, which is potentially likely, then we've at least got ourselves another one. So not feeling too bad again, but it depends on a multitude of factors. This Turtonator could just explode.
Yeah, but if they don't knock out this Zapdos and they bench another Poipole, then we can probably just goose around that Poipole, use Stellar Wish of Jirachi, and then just keep attacking.
Yeah, and it means
we'll have to see.
There it goes. There's the Poipole.
Yeah, the only way they were ever going to attack with Turtonator is if they used a Welder. So Galway is obviously not going to do that for them. Put them in a better ball position, but means we're not getting knocked out this turn.
It does. Now, another Guzma. Thanks very much. I'm thinking we probably just Guzma that Poipole straight out. Is there anything that we desperately need to Nest Ball for now? Or do we just kind of go for the Stellar Wish first?
I feel like there's a few different things you can get with Nest Ball. The ones that come to mind the most would be just a second Jirachi or a Blitzel. It probably makes sense to use that Nest Ball first just to get an extra card out of the deck.
Yeah, that's fair. So we've got a couple of options. Obviously, these boys we can grab later on. I'm thinking that it's probably a stronger play to grab the other Jirachi, because if we don't have that, we don't have anything.
I agree.
But obviously the Blitzel is a decent option, because we can potentially get into it, but that's okay.
We can also use the Ultra Space after bringing that Jirachi active to pin out another card before we use Stellar Wish.
That's a good point. So we'll grab... do we grab the Buzzwole? Or do we grab...
It doesn't really matter too much. Katana or Buzzwole seem like the best options.
I think I'm going to grab Katana, because that means that we've got potentially another attacker for next turn to knock out one of those Turtonators. Because we can do next turn 120 damage.
Yeah, 130 is actually the damage now, but it does make it to the base 10. Seems fine.
We'll just leave that in our hand, and then we'll Stellar Wish. We've got a couple of cards. Ultra Ball probably seems like the better one of the two.
Yep,
so
I would agree.
We'll take that, but I don't think that we necessarily need to play it. We could gamble on the other Jirachi, but I think the safe play here is just to switch into the Zapdos and take the knockout.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
You could also bench the Katana right now if you wanted to, just so that if they do knock us out and we happen to draw a Rainbow Energy off the prizes, we don't have to risk promoting Jirachi and missing.
That's potentially true. I think I might leave it in my hand though, because I feel like this Turtonator's coming up, and he's going to burn energy off of himself. So I feel like if we can get the energy and then Guzma out this Turtonator, we're in a really, really good spot.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and it keeps the Katana secret as well, even though they might have seen it off the Ultra Space if they were paying attention, but they might forget about it.
They might. And there's Beast Energy, so we've got an attack with it next turn, as long as everything goes to plan.
The other good thing is, since they're attacking with the Turtonator that has Wishful Baton, assuming we Guzma out the bench one, if they don't get Wishful Baton this turn, we can clear a lot more energy off the board than they were originally expecting.
Yeah, because I feel like they're going to want to remove energy from this, obviously, the Turtonator in the active. They'll probably get rid of a couple. Yep, there they go. So we can get rid of the one on the Turtonator on the bench. That goes away for good, and then suddenly it's slightly harder for them to get their themselves organised.
A strong top deck here.
That's a really good top deck. So we can
at least use 2 Stellar Wishes. And honestly, I wonder if even just killing the Poipole might be better than killing the Turtonator, just because we've already knocked 2 out. They're probably running low on those.
Potentially, but I want to keep this Katana. I want to use this Katana, and we can't. Since we've got the Electro Power prized, it's going to be harder for us to knock out a Turtonator with a Zapdos. But if they don't get the energy out, then what are they going to do? Like, next turn they need to discard 3, and they can attach 3. Let's just Stellar Wish and see what happens.
Yeah, may as well Stellar Wish. Probably should have used Ultra Space to fit an extra card, but we can do that.
We can do it later. I'm going to Nest Ball as well. I reckon we grab ourselves a Zapdos. Is that fair? I don't think we need anything else.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll grab that Zapdos. We'll use the Ultra Space, which we should have used before. Grab the Buzzwole, because that's going to become relevant in a moment. Then I think we can Guzma. So what do you think, Jordan? Do we obviously have the energy for both. Ultra Ball can get ourselves Tapu Koko Prison. What do you think is more valuable to get rid of?
I think that on their board it's more valuable to get rid of the Poipole. You could even retreat into Jirachi first and see what you get before you make the decision if you want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, that seems like a little bit of free information we could use. I don't think it's going to really influence our decision too much, but hey, we got a Lily.
Draw Supporter seems fine. We're not going to be using it this turn, but we can use it later. Okay, now we do need that energy that I was talking about. And this is the potential problem. We could play down the Katana and take the knockout with that. have
Yep,
the
that
Zapdos
seems
on the
like the
board.
way to go with this hand.
Or we could potentially gamble for it, but I think this just seems like a really reasonable and safe play. We're going to do way too much damage to this Poipole, but it means that we aren't going to be in a position where we can't knock out an Ganondorf, and we can knock out a Turtonator with Buzzwole next turn, presuming that we get ourselves the correct energy. So I'm feeling okay.
In theory, what we could have done that turn is we could have Ultra Balled for Tapu Koko Prism and used that to power up Zapdos, therefore knocking the Poipole out with Zapdos instead and holding the Beast Energy. But it seems wrong not to use Katana on the 4-price turn, right?
Yeah, like you've got to use it. That's what it's there for. And the best bit is if they knock it out, then we get to knock out with Buzzwole, and we've eventually got to hit the 2 Electro Power that are in here.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually seen any of them on price yet, have we?
No, we haven't. So at some point we have to.
Alright, I think this is just going to be a turn where we draw as many cards as we can, and we just need to find either an energy for Buzzwole or an energy for Zapdos and a Electro Power.
Yeah,
Doesn't sound like too much to ask for.
It doesn't sound like a big ask, but hey, it could very easily be. I'm going to replace their Ultra Space with a Shrine, because we've got all of our Ultra Beasts now, so we don't need them doing that anymore.
Yep.
I also feel like I might... Oh, I feel like getting rid of the Tapu Koko GX is a decent play here, like Ultra Ball that away with the Lily, because we don't necessarily need it and we want to thin our hand.
Yeah, I think Ultra Balling away Tapu Koko GX and either Lily or Neoligo. Either one seems fine, just trying to thin our hand as much as possible to draw as many cards as we can here.
Yeah, I think Neoligo we probably get rid of actually, because our attack is not going to do any damage, so there's no point in having it.
Seems fair to me. And we could even grab the Blitzel finally if we wanted to, or the Tapu Koko does make it easier to hit the knockout. We would just need Electric Power.
Exactly. The Tapu Koko gives us an option just in case we miss, and it means that we're in a little bit of a safer position, so we can...
I agree.
Play down the Koko, we can play down the Buzzwole, and then we can Lily for 4.
Seems good.
And see what happens. Alright, well we can Stellar Wish with this Jirachi, I guess. Maybe we should have done that before.
No, I think it was correct to do the Lily first. Wow, we did not draw much off of that.
No, we didn't. I'm going to grab... I feel like I'm going to grab the Rescue Stretcher. I feel like that's a more powerful card at the moment.
Yep.
And it looks like we're just going to have to half-hit this Turtonator a little bit, because we didn't get any of the cards that we need.
I mean, we could retreat into the second Jirachi and just get an extra card into our hand. Give up on the fact we're going to do damage, but build our hand up a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know which one's better, but Jirachi seems fine.
And grabbing this Cynthia is probably not a bad proposition.
Chances are we're going to find access to a knockout next turn anyway, so I don't think we needed to rush into half-hitting the Turtonator.
I'm going to just attach this now because I don't want the Tapu Koko to get killed. And then I reckon that's probably going to be it. We'll just pass that one there, unless we just chuck out some choice bands. But I reckon we just hold on to them. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. A little bit of an unfortunate miss there, but I think we're still in a fine position. They can take the knockout on Jirachi, and then we get another chance to find what we need here.
Yeah, exactly. And as... Oh, there you go. He just concedes. He must have missed something. Don't know.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that game was pretty much locked up, because as soon as we found that first Electro Power, in theory, the prize cards would keep feeding us more and more, and we would just keep finding those Electro Powers we close out the game.
Yeah, so seemed to run pretty well. We'll give it one more go. We'll see what we come up against. But the beasts have a lot of power, man. That's like really quite decent. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we go.
Even though we missed the Buzzwole there, we really did show off the power of the Kartana, and the versatility between running both of them just gives you the options to not only use both, but just increases your chances of using either.
Yeah, and like to put it into perspective, if we had been playing against the GX deck there, then we would have potentially been doing 190 or something ridiculous to a GX. So that seems pretty solid to me. Again, we've got not the greatest start in the world. We can go Absol or Zapdos. I feel like maybe Absol is the better choice to put in the active.
Yeah, Zapdos is not usually what you want to have in the active spot, so while it's a little unfortunate, Absol's probably the better way to go here.
Yeah, because it means that worst comes to worst, we can at least just attach the Rainbow Energy and retreat into a Jirachi, and we'll see how we go. That seems like a really good start. Now, this Absol here is going to annoy me, though.
Yep.
Which is, that's tedious.
Zapdos isn't too bad at taking Absol out quickly, though.
No, that's true. We'll grab ourselves a Jirachi. We're reasonably lucky here in that we've got a Lily. What I'll do is I'll attach this Choice Band. I don't think we need to attach that energy at the moment, and we won't play the Electro Power. I think we just Lily for 5.
Sure thing.
Didn't get out to the switch there, which is disappointing, but we have the Vulcan to get it next turn. We could also potentially set up a Blitzel as well if we wanted to.
Yeah, we could do that. I think that's pretty strong.
Of course, we need to check to see if the Zeb Striker is there, which it is. So worst comes to worst, next turn we can Ultra Ball for the Zeb Striker. Obviously 2 Rescue Stretcher in hand is no good, but we've got a switch, we've got an energy, we can take a knockout potentially. I think this is looking pretty decent.
Yeah, can't complain. We've got everything we need on turn 2 to knock out that Absol if they don't get rid of our hand.
Yep.
And knocking out Absol is pretty nice.
It is, and another deck putting down Ultra Space for us. Ooh, Blacephalon. Alright, cool.
This seems like the exact same deck we just versed, except...
This time...
I don't know, is this an easier version or a harder version?
Well, this time we do 110 every turn we attack with Choice Band, but we have to knock out fewer attackers. But we're not taking them out in one hit all of the time. So it's kind of like an awkward situation.
It is. That Absol is a little scary, because that's not a card we typically see in this Blacephalon deck, but I feel like Blacephalon's probably not a bad matchup for this deck at all.
Yeah, that's true. Now, we need to make a decision about whether or not we're happy to take out this Absol, or whether we want to just get straight into half-hitting this Blacephalon, because he's going to need to discard 3 energy in order to take a knockout on a Zapdos. And we've got access to the switch.
Yeah, the switch allows us to pull off Stellar Wish for free this turn, which is nice. I feel like I would still like to see the Absol knocked out, just because we can probably take out the Blacephalon in one hit later on, but I don't know, there's pros and cons to each.
There is. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to Ultra Space here. Again, Nihilego not particularly useful in this matchup, because we can't Lost Zone Fire Energy. I reckon we probably grab ourselves...
I could see Katana being very strong in this matchup if we get it at the right time.
I can see that being good too.
Is never a bad Pokemon either.
I'll grab it out, but I'm not going to play it down, because it means that he's got a really free knockout, and we want to save those free knockouts for Jirachi. So we want him to be focusing those down. I feel like what we want to do here is we want to Guzma up the Absol, Electro Power, maybe attach the Rainbow Energy, and go from there. What do you think?
I agree. It's a little unfortunate that we're forced to use the Rainbow Energy. It does make it easier for Blacephalon to take us out, but I don't have a problem with that play.
Yeah, so now I'm just trying to make a decision. Do I Guzma and then switch, or do I just go straight into it? I'm probably going to switch into the Jirachi just to give ourselves a Stellar Wish, just to give us that hand.
We can always switch next turn if we need it again anyway.
Say again?
Like, if we need to switch again next turn, we can always vote for it, so it should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. It means that we advance our board state a little bit more. So let's do that. We get ourselves an Electro Power and an Ultra Ball. Both pretty good. I'm probably going to go the Electro Power. That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll get that one.
In fact, if we had Shrine of Punishment here, we could actually take out that Blacephalon with Zapdos.
Yeah, so can't complain about that at all. We'll take this Absol out. Even though it isn't necessarily the biggest threat on the board, it's the thing that we want to get rid of the most. Oh, I need to make sure that I have Electro Power. Whoops, that would have been bad. And then we can take that knockout and grab ourselves a prize. And that Jirachi seems pretty good as well.
So they're going to get a fairly cheap knockout on Zapdos now thanks to the Rainbow Energy. But it's not that unrealistic to say we could maybe knock out this Blacephalon next turn.
Well, yeah, all we need really is we need a Choice Band and a couple of Electro Power. It's going to be tough, but a couple of Electro Power, a Choice Band, and a... Oh, he's going for the Jirachi instead. Now that's an interesting play.
If we are able to find access to it, I would almost rather see us knock out Boypole this turn rather than hitting this Blacephalon, because If we take out the Poipole first, then we leave the Blacephalon for either the Katana or Buzzwole to take care of on the following turn.
Yeah, so...
But that's entirely.
I'm kind of thinking here, if we promote the... Well, we're going to... how much does Zebstrika have one retreat as well?
It does.
Cool, let's just do that. Okay, so... We've got ourselves a choice band. I feel like...
This might even just be a turn where we Ultra Ball for Zebstrika and sprint his hand away.
Yeah,
we could bench both the Jirachis and the Katana, and then basically play out the rest of the hand and sprint.
Yeah, I reckon that's not a bad idea. So what
there isn't really any super important resources we're holding on to that we desperately need right now.
So I'll chuck the choice band down over here because we're about to get rid of it. I'm also going to Ultra Space to get the Nihilego because I don't think we're ever going to use it.
Good idea.
And we'll play this Electro Power. Ultra Ball. Grab ourselves the Zebstrika.
So there's a few cards that we're looking for here, but we've still got a supporter to work with as well for this sprint, so it's not that unlikely to find. So we can get an escape forward or a switch to get out of the active. All we would need is an Electro Power and a Shrine. But man, that's not a great handoff for that sprint.
It is not. But
it might. Yeah.
We could either what we can do is we can
Zapdos or Jirachi.
Yeah, well, here's what I'm thinking. Blacephalon doesn't play any cards that heal, right? If we play this Electro Power, that's 2 Electro Power and a Choice Band. That puts it on 170. All we need to do is find a Shrine at some point. And when
that's especially juicy because even though this deck isn't designed to do it, we could actually skip the Beastry turn by doing that.
We could be real cheeky. So we'll just hit for 170, and we'll get ourselves a nice, tasty Shrine of Punishment at some point to knock this Blacephalon out, and that could potentially be the play that might win us the game in ridiculous fashion. But the worst bit about that is that we don't have the Electro Powers that we need anymore. We're one short, but we still have Katana. Oh wow, he plays Acerola.
That's pretty funny.
No, of all of the things. But hey, at least
they are about to go down to 4 prizes, and that means that this is the turn to use Katana.
That is true. Now,
oh sorry, no, Katana's our prizes. I'm mistaken. It's the turn to use Buzzwole.
Yeah, he's gonna Ace roll that up, and then he's just gonna use his first attack or his burst GX, or he's gonna energy switch and take the knockout.
Yeah, that works too, I suppose.
Yeah, but Blacephalon with no energy on it, that seems like a bad spot to be in. Now the logical person in me is like put the Katana up in the active, but I think the smart thing to do is to put the Jirachi up. Although, if we don't get a switching card, we don't get to attack, so...
Well, we've still got all of our escape boards in deck, so I wouldn't be too worried about it, and our hand's not strong enough to confidently promote the Katana, I don't think.
No. Ooh, a Cynthia.
That would have been nice last turn.
Yeah, so... Oh, now we've got an interesting choice. Do we Cynthia or do we Sprint? I feel like we have to Cynthia, right?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish we could get rid of those Jirachis, but... Probably fine to Cynthia.
Or do we just gamble and sprint? Cynthia?
I'd be down to gamble, honestly.
Let's gamble on a sprint and see what happens. We've got it in
here. Didn't
here.
pay off at all last time, but this time we've got a Jirachi active.
We do. We've got an energy. We've got a Volkner. We're living life. And we've got ourselves a Shrine of Punishment.
We got the Shrine. We could actually knock out the Lele on the bench using Boost Mode with Katana.
Oh,
no, sorry, I forgot. It's the wrong Pokemon again. It needs to be Buzzwole.
Ah, yes. Well...
so we could get Nest Ball for Buzzwole, potentially.
Or we could use their... Ultra Space to grab it.
Yep, that's true.
So let's
Fortunately, Buzzwole doesn't do enough damage, but...
Oh, it's going to do 160.
Does a respectable amount.
Yeah. I'm not upset about that. And it also means if we choose to Guzma the Tapu Lele... We're in the same spot again. Surely they don't play 2 Acerola. Like, come on.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Come on.
And if you Guzma Acerola, if you Guzma Lele, Stellar Wish.
Yeah, we get to do another one. That sounds pretty good.
Maybe we'll get the shrine.
So maybe things are working out. I kind of feel like that Cynthia is a decent option.
Yep.
Just to give ourselves something for next turn. Although the Zeb Striker would mean that it's not the end of the world, but hey. We'll do all these things.
Fine spot.
That's okay. We'll just sledgehammer for...
Trying to skip the B-string turn against Persephone.
It's the problem is it's 150, not 160, so that's a pain. But
yeah, but we do play 2 shrine.
We can get there. We can get there.
I mean, they've kind of been playing very aggressively in this game, but they can't really take consistent knockouts if they're not using B-string. And also, because we trapped the Lele active, Zephyr doesn't really play that many switch effects. They're probably not going to get an attack off now.
That's true. So if we somehow got ourselves another another Guzma, as well as a shrine, we could be doing a lot of damage this turn.
Yeah, Guzma, even Escape Rope isn't too bad here, but unfortunately, again, it does just survive a full power Sledgehammer.
Yeah. But hey, it's fun anyway. We're having fun.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely we're going to get a second 4-price Sledgehammer off.
And even if it is just hitting into this Tapu Lele, that's fine. Oh, we got the shrine. Okay, so I think that it is probably okay. Here's what I think.
Yep.
Here's what I'm thinking. We could get the oh my goodness. Because we've taken so long. The game. Okay, so there's no escape rope, so we can't make that play.
Okay.
Alright, so
we
that's
could probably just play the shrine and sprint potentially.
Play the shrine and sprint. Alright, let's do that.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Well, we missed Gizmo, but we can Lily.
We can Lily for 3.
Hey, look, the Gizmo was 1 card away. That would have been nice.
That's disappointing. But it means we could potentially just switch into Jirachi and then just leave this Tapu Lele stranded in the active.
I like that a lot.
So I'm going to go into this Jirachi here.
Yep, then we can pull off 2 Stellar Wishes and leave the Jirachi in the active.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna grab myself probably an Ultra Ball, just to thin some stuff out if we have to. Even though the 2 cards we'd probably Ultra Ball for are in play. And we'll Stellar Wish again, and I'm gonna grab myself a Switch.
We are holding the Guzma for next turn, so the B-string skip is in hand if they don't do anything about it right now.
And we just pass. And they would not be expecting that to happen. I can almost guarantee that they did not expect that. So
the 10 damage on the Blacephalons is actually really useful as well.
I know. This is going to be interesting because they obviously haven't set themselves up to be in a position where this is the case. They can't Ace roll this Lele, so it's dead next turn.
I think they needed to play Guzma just now.
I think so too. So I'm feeling really good.
This is about to be a 4-prize turn.
It certainly
is. And our 3rd turn in a row where Sledgehammer is active.
What a play. I'm so excited.
We are B-string skipping masters.
We are. So, now...
we get to get a couple more Stellar Wishes as well.
Yeah, let's Stellar Wish. I'll just grab whatever. Who cares?
Better than trade, right?
It certainly is. And then, yeah, I reckon we probably just Guzma. What do you reckon? This one or this one?
I'll take your pick.
I'll go with this one.
Seems fine.
And then we'll Stellar Wish. And we'll grab ourselves a Lily.
Pretty much the rest of our deck's content seems to be energy cards.
Yep, which is great, because it's pretty much the only thing that we need. So I
would say so.
I reckon we just hit this Sledgehammer here. Oh, we were 10 short. Oh, no, that's alright, Shrine's fine.
Yeah, we're not.
Lol. What a game!
They seem to admit that we made a pretty good play there.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid play. Now, it's kind of awkward, but the best thing is we just need one more energy, and we just take the next knockout with our Tapu Koko GX. So we're fine.
Oh yeah, we've got both of the Cocos in play, so with the Ultra Ball, I'm pretty sure we can guarantee that we get off the attack next turn.
I reckon... Oh, we're going to get let loose. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's fine. As we said,
okay.
most of the deck is balls and energy.
Yep, and that's pretty much all we need. So we've got access to the Nest Ball, which is going to get us the Tapu Koko Prism. And we've got an energy. All we need is a Lily into that one card. That one card.
Yeah. And we might need to discard a Lightning Energy if there isn't already 2 in discard.
Oh, we're just let loosing again. He knew that we had a good one.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay, attempt 2.
Attempt 2. That's slightly
Probably
worse.
a little
Slightly
It's
worse.
probably fine though.
But it's okay because we've got a switch. It means as well, since there's those Marshadows down, that we can get ourselves just an energy and a Guzma will win us the game. So,
It can. So we'll see what we get off Jirachi, but it's kind of hard to find the energy unless we top deck it. Because we can't. Oh, there we top. So if we get Guzma off of Stella, which we win.
well, we didn't get
Oh.
Guzma, but we got an Ultra Ball.
And we can Ultra Ball the Lightning Energy away for the Koko Prism if we want to go for that out.
We can.
Ultra Ball will spin our hand down for the 6-card Lily too.
I feel like we could potentially. Like, I'm gonna retreat
Oh,
into
there's
this.
no energy in discard. No
Yeah.
lightning at all.
There's no lightning, so we're in a bit of a rut.
Let's have a look. Just no Guzma again.
No Guzma again. Okay, so let's have a think about how we're going to get there.
Well, here's the thing. Worst case scenario, we might have to win next turn instead.
But I want to win this turn.
I think we've only got the 1 electric power left, so I don't think knocking out the active is an option.
No, I don't think so either. Do we just Ultra Ball?
Lily and Escape Rope or Lily and Switch?
I wanna get rid of the energy because
Yeah, fair.
then it's at least in there. Get ourselves this fellow.
My only concern is that there's no other way to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's alright.
Actually, there is. We still haven't used Sprint.
That is true. Alright, here we go. Let's
I'm
sprint.
going hard for this. I feel like this is going unnecessarily hard to win the game this time, but hey, why not?
What the hell? Let's do it. How many more outs to switching do I have? There's one of those.
We can probably... Wait, have you retreated yet?
Yeah, I retreated with that. With the Jirachi. It's alright.
I mean, if you...
I'm sprinting.
Everything,
That doesn't matter.
you're sprinting.
We're
Alright.
sprinting. It didn't work. It didn't work.
I guess you just attach an energy anywhere on the board and then just do it next time.
Yeah, I'll attach it to this this year's Zeb Striker. And then, do we use the Koko now?
Nah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably, actually.
I'll put it on this Absol. And it makes me select
Yeah.
2, even though there's only those. Cool. And then I'll just leave it like that.
It's a little risky, because now if they kill either of those Pokemon, we won't have enough energy. But, once again, we've still got a Guzma, right? We've still got one left.
Yeah, we've still got a Guzma.
So,
Hopefully
like,
it's not that one.
Yeah, hopefully not. Because eventually, even if we miss all weird Koko GX combos, I think eventually we destroy Guzma and win the game with Marshadow.
I think so too.
Because we can even use Zeb Striker to knock out the Marshadow. If we find the 4th Electro Power.
That is true. Alright. So he's got a big hand here. Got a lot of thinking to do. He finally got rid of our shrine.
Yep, that put in some work.
Oh, that shrine was so good. We just got. I think I got too excited by the 4 prize turn, and I lost sight of the fact that I lost sight of the fact that if we had have just played it safe, we just win.
Yeah, we win anyway. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, no, I know. The best bit is we've still got another turn.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Oh, Beast Energy. Not really useful, but interesting.
Guzma. Okay, so
Doesn't actually win the game right now, though.
No, it
Although,
doesn't.
Nestball also doesn't win the game because you can't get a Koko GX with it.
How much does this attack do normally? 10.
Not much.
Okay, let's just grab the Nest Ball.
Makes sense.
Because the Nest Ball is going to give us...
You can check to see if the Electro Power is in deck.
The Electro Power is not in deck, but here's the thing. The Nest Ball gives us a Zapdos, and it gives us a Sprint for 5 cards, right?
I don't think we can miss Guzma and Coco GX. I think there's a good chance we're going to draw one of those 2 cards off of the Sprint.
I suspect that you are correct. So, let's do
If we
it.
somehow miss both those cards, I'd be very impressed.
We got both of them, so what do you want to do? Do you want to just Guzma or Coco GX?
I mean, we could GX attack for a lot of damage.
We could.
And we could Guzma kill the Bullcephalon and just do like 300 damage to it. That's kind of fun. Oh, you forgot to put the shrine down before you sprinted.
Oh no.
Looks like it's the Guzma after all.
Whoops. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all.
That's alright, we could have lost. We could have lost. Whoops.
No need to worry.
It's fine, we got everything we needed. That Buzzball put in a lot of work.
It did.
That was really good. Cool.
Beasts are pretty good, Mitch.
Yeah, beasts are pretty good. So if you're considering playing Zapdos Jirachi, then maybe the beasts are for you. I mean, you're not going to come up against Blacephalon and Turtonator every game, but you never know. They're decent decks. But yeah, it seems to run pretty well. I'm reasonably happy with that. What about you?
Yeah, there's nothing I can think of that was really wrong with the list. Like, there's nothing that's like specifically came to my mind as to a card we definitely needed or a card that we had in the list that didn't seem worth playing. Every card seemed pretty good.
Yeah, seemed to work reasonably well. I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks very much, Jordan, for coming along for this one.
Not a problem.
And thanks everyone for watching. If you like the content, then click the little subscribe button in the middle of the screen now. On the left, it'll take you back to our deck building video if you missed it. And on the right, we've got our Unbroken Bonds playlist. Thanks very much everyone for coming along, and we'll see you next time for more from the Sableyes. Bye.